So in us, in each of us, in our will is hidden the clever person, the wise person. And this wise person lives in our longing. He lives in our longing that we brought with us as a seed from the previous life. And it is the longing to do the same thing better, to develop spiritually. The longing is always spiritual, but most of the time it's unconscious, it's hidden. And our development in life is from the very earthly will and the will that is shown outside, that is clear to our eyes, to the hidden will and to the more spiritual will. And in age 5, we can see both the gesture that we brought with us from the previous life, the gesture that we brought with us from the previous life, the will, the more earthly will, the motivation, the astral will that lives in the present as attitude that we brought with us from the previous life. But also we can find in this event the longing which comes from our future karma that is connected to what we came to develop in this life. Okay? And now we will go back to the event that we read together before, and we will try to find out about this little girl, these 3 elements. So I will share it again. Yes, and we will read it slowly and try to look. When we are reading, I want you to try to look and ask yourself, who is this girl? Where did she come from in a previous life? And what is her gesture that she brought with her and her longing? In what way does she want to develop? Of course, not consciously, but in her hidden will. What is her longing? What would she want to become in this life? Yeah. So I stand in the center of my kindergarten classroom. The kids are swarming at me. There is something I want to show them. I am the leader. Okay, already in this first sentence, what can we learn about this little girl and the gesture and being that she brought from the previous life?
Leadership.
Leadership. Yes, right. What kind of leadership?
Earthly.
Earthly.
Material possibly, or astral maybe.
Okay, yes, that's right. It's very clear.
Yeah.
We can see she is a leader. We can see that all the children are coming to her, are looking up to her. Yeah, but we can also see it's a more earthly leadership. Okay. From the corner of my eye, I see Esther, a beautiful fair girl. She is angelic, with her brown, silky, wavy hair, and her sensual mouth contradicting her spiritual demeanor. Esther looks at me with love and understanding. She stays away. She knows I have nothing interesting for her. None of the other kids even notice her. They all are approaching me. If we will look at Esther, which was a real girl, but if we will look at Esther as part of this little girl, as another part of this little girl, what kind of gesture and what kind of characteristics does she have?
Understanding. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Understanding and love.
Understanding and love. What does she understand?
That there is, it's difficult to put into words. She understands this little girl's deeper destiny, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Why isn't she interested in what this girl has to show?
I would say it's because it's her future. It's what this little girl is truly longing for, which is not the material.
Right. Yes. I feel shame. I know she is the real queen, the queen of spirit, while I'm only the material queen. Yeah, so she tells us, yeah, I am the present, and we can say also the past. She is the future. She is my aspirations and longings. Esther does not mock me. She doesn't feel jealousy or anger, only looks at me with a loving and accepting gaze, as if saying, I know you from inside. You still need the acclamation of the crowd. I accept you as you are. At the moment I know, Esther is my destiny. Yes. So like you said, we can see here both the past gesture, the past karma of this little girl, which already has qualities of a leader, and even a good leader. It doesn't seem that she's a bad leader, but it's a leader, an earthly leader, like you said. Like she expresses it, she is the leader of material, in the material world. And Esther is her longing. Esther, of course, it doesn't mean that Esther was really like this, but Esther symbolizes for her. It is the symbol of her longing to become the queen of the spirit, not the queen of the material.